Well, hello, my beautiful Gemini. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for October 2023. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I'll never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Gemini, this is your monthly reading for October. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome, but you may have already noticed that I have a new soundproof screen. The noise from the construction site was just too much. It was really starting to distract me, so I invested in a proper professional screen there to limit the sound, so hopefully it does its job. Also, it's prettier to look at too, right? Okay, so let's move on from that energy. October is actually going to be a pretty wild ride in terms of planetary alignments and occurrences. We have not one, but 2 eclipses which will affect the order of the energy this month. We have a solar eclipse. It often is referred to as the Ring of Fire, and that occurs on the 14th of October, and it will be visible for most to see in the Western Hemisphere. For some, it will appear as a partial eclipse, but for others, you'll get the full display. Now, eclipses, they are noted for affecting our mood and our behaviors, and you may feel a little bit more sensitive than usual or feel like something is a little bit off. You may even notice that your sleeping patterns are slightly distracted or disrupted in some way. Generally, though, it's a perfect time to withdraw and recharge your batteries and reflect on your life path so that you can make some major decisions to shake life up a little bit. Even spiders are known to dismantle their webs during a solar eclipse and rebuild it once it passes. And that really indicates that we all are affected by the energy to some degree. And just want you to be aware that eclipses actually act as portals to exploring other avenues in life. So if you're not happy in some area of your life, it is a perfect time to make some changes. Portals of change or eclipses, they only become difficult to deal with when we resist the changes that we know deep down we are meant to make, which is necessary to move forward. On the 28th of October, we have a partial lunar eclipse, which offers that life-changing energy to usher in any of those decisions that you have decided to make some changes in your life. It will see you evolve and transform your life in some way. And you've got the Death card there as your protagonist energy, which tells me that you are actually going to start something new or end a cycle of repeat that perhaps has not been good for you in some way. So it's going to have a very positive effect on you. Now, eclipses, they actually have a bit of a bad rap for being a negative force, and they can influence abrupt changes, reversals, and U-turns that can make the everyday difficult, whether that's on a personal level or on a global scale. But on a positive note, it actually reminds us that we must be more flexible and be ready for the one constant factor of life, which is change. Pluto, the planet of truth, it's a very heavyweight planet of truth. It goes direct on the 10th of October. So you will witness many exposés, either on a personal level or on that global scale. Revelations of alternative agendas can bring uncomfortable truths, but Pluto tends to bring our attention to any undercurrent in order to elevate us towards awakening closer to the light. Now, personally, that's popped out there for you as well. I'm just getting your Celtic cross there. It's really interesting because some signs I have not been called to do a Celtic cross. And some signs I have. And for you, I've been called to do a Celtic cross. So just thought I'd make you aware of that. But yeah, I was going to say that personally, anything that's been holding you back or hindering your path is automatically left behind this month as you emerge a brand new you with a renewed energy and a vitality. Okay, the start of your Celtic cross is the Fool card. So that's definitely reflected there as well. Now, it's also a final push to detoxify and declutter your life. This all takes place in the the sign of Capricorn, which influences money, rules, regulations, and policies. So you may see major changes and power struggles in these sectors in the world over the coming months. It is a perfect time to check in with and secure your finances. Download monthly statements as proof of your coins, should there be any gremlins in the system. It's also a perfect time to have confidence in your natural talents and abilities, to launch any new ideas, entrepreneurialships, or side hustles to become financially independent. And in terms of love, the new moon is in Libra, so it's a very positive influence. If you're in a relationship already, it's about resetting your love life, getting back on track, and remembering why you fell in love with each other in the first place, reigniting that spark. And if you're in a relationship that is doing really well and there's no pressures, you only go from strength to strength and solidify that bond. And if you're looking for love, Pluto actually helps you in this area too, as it's in the 3rd house of communication. So it is a perfect chance for you to put yourself in a position to meet someone new, start up a conversation, and really bond with a potential long-term partner. But we'll see in your energetic exchange here to see what's going on in that area as well. Now, ultimately, overall this month, it's a month of change, and it does close the month with the veil between the worlds being the thinnest on Halloween, or Samhain to those who celebrate. It's a time to rejoice in this cycle of life. Okay, but it's also an opportunity to connect to your higher self. It's a time that brings people together community-wise as well. Now, for you in particular, my beautiful Gemini, your 5th house, the pursuit of pleasure, is starred for you this month. So it's a really great opportunity to let your hair down, go out, have fun, accept invitations, and come out of your comfort zone or out of your shell to seek more excitement, more spontaneity. Also, it's a time where you may want to revamp your love life or pick up a hobby. It's a time to channel your energy into creative projects or healthy endeavors, and find time to reignite your passion for life in general. Also, your 12th house takes over from that, and that's at the end of the month, and that's the deepest part of your chart. So you may feel, as I said, a little bit more sensitive than usual. This is a time to commit to your higher self. You may develop spiritual practices or rituals this month to connect to your spiritual gifts or develop them in some way. Also, you may develop a sense of awareness of messages, important messages that you're being given this month to help you with your personal development and growth. I would definitely pay attention to any messages you see on mirrors, okay? So if you're in a store and there's like a message on a mirror, or something's written on a mirror, or even if you've got something that's written on a mirror, definitely pay close attention to that message, because it solidifies some really good stuff that's coming in your way. This is a time also to focus on important projects. If you've got something that you've been meaning to launch, it's a perfect time, because you're going to have a lucky break with that as well. But ultimately, it's about withdrawing and recharging your batteries and really focusing on your life's purpose path. Now, the first cards you got here, we have the Quincunx, okay? So that is challenging, requiring adjustments, complexity, clashes, contradicts, frustration, and learning to compromise. So I definitely see that there is some sort of conundrum that is occurring in your life. Perhaps you're trying to work out a way towards something, or something has been a real challenge. I mean, your end card here is the 6 of Swords. So you're being guided out of difficulty into better times, and you will find that missing piece. You will find a way to recalibrate things so that they work in your favor. Also, some of you may have been having some sort of dispute with a person. You will find balance. There will be an olive branch in that situation. I mean, you got the Justice card twice, so there is a solution that will be found in the situation. I feel that you will heal this bond, okay? But I feel it's really important to recognize, don't obsess over it, because the truth will out naturally. So it's almost like eradicate that level of obsession. If you're having a difficulty with a person, or someone is pushing your buttons, or you're frustrated with a situation, I definitely see that will be ironed out by the end of the month, but you're protecting your mental peace. Okay, so don't allow it to influence you in any way. Even if it's like super important, what is meant for you will never pass you by. I feel like there will be a solution found, and you're being guided out of difficulty, okay? That card is also crossed by the trine. Now, trines are very, very lucky, and they don't happen often. It says here, being blessed, good luck completion, receiving gifts, contentment, magnetic, huge successes coming in, little effort and harmony. So I definitely get a sense here, especially since you got the Justice card twice for the month of October, there is going to be peace of mind. Some of you are really trying to manage your stress levels. You're really trying to channel your excess energy into healthy or creative pursuits. And I definitely see that something that you're working really hard towards, you're really close to your goal and you will achieve that goal. And I feel that you're going to be very proud of yourself as well. There's a lot of swords in your reading, which also tells me that some of you are going to be very cerebral this month, thinking up lots of new ideas. Some of you may like obsess over these ideas. You may even, if you're in the working environment, there is a workaholic energy about you. Don't burn yourself out there because there is a real potential to do that. I also get an energy, anything that has been worrying you or making you feel stress, it's going to come to a resolution, okay? So remember that when you start to worry about something. I see with the Six of Swords that you're being guided and protected. There's a silver lining here. You're being redirected towards something better or to a calmer energy. Now, your card here is the Death card. So major change. Some of you are trying to either change some sort of position in your everyday life, whether this is to move to a new place, to relocate, because the Six of Swords can be to be on the move. It can be to, relocate somewhere or move into a new home. And it feels overwhelming. It feels like perhaps you've got a deadline or you need to sort everything out, or you feel overwhelmed that you're trying to do life and at the same time, move boxes and make a home. So the pressure may feel like it's on. And for some of you, you may be thinking about launching a new business, an entrepreneurship, and you don't know how to do it because it's uncharted territory. Perhaps you've never done it before and it may feel overwhelming. But once you actually connect to it, I feel like you're like a duck to water and it's like second nature. I feel like you'll be in the flow and you're going to be so successful there as well. Also with the Death card, some of you may be maybe even moving positions. You may hear of some sort of role becoming available, which will end up being a promotion and a raise there for you. I feel it's really important to recognize that you're cultivating your world this month. I definitely see that you're cultivating your landscapes and you're removing anything that has a potential to upset you or keep you stuck. Now, this could be anything from a person, a situation, food substance, or a thought process. Because remember, sometimes we can be imprisoned in our own thoughts. We can have that inner narrative that sometimes becomes extra critical. So I definitely see you taking a step away from that, shifting any like negative self-talk so that you can be more compassionate and more caring towards yourself, to go a little bit easier on yourself as well. Now, the Death card can also indicate a lot of you are focusing on any old habits or bad habits that you have, and you're really trying to promise yourself that you're going to be better. Now, we all do that from time to time. We all feel there's something perhaps we need to cut out, or we need to change something, especially since we've got the Justice card there. It's in the resistance position. So it tells me there may be some adjustments that you need to make. Some of you are trying to take accountability for your own actions and be really honest with yourself and say, okay, this needs to change. It's needed to be changed for quite some time. And you keep learning a lesson about it that perhaps you haven't changed the circumstance, so it keeps coming back around. If you notice any cycles of repeat that feel uncomfortable in your world, there is a message for you in itself that things need to change. So I definitely see that you're making some adjustments in your world in the month of October, but they're going to be very positive. You're ending out there with the Empress as your final overarching energy. Male or female, it's not a gender specific reading, it's about the energy. And this is about you feeling good about yourself, attracting abundance, being a new version of yourself where you're putting your own needs first and you're nourishing yourself. So I definitely see that something that you've already got in the flow of things like plans in motion, I feel like you're manifesting them and you're going to be rewarded. Also, some of you are parents and you are, making some changes and you're trying to see how they may affect your home space or your children. And I definitely see that they are very adaptable to change. I feel like there's flexibility here, and I feel like you're doing a really good job, and that's a really important message to get, because I feel sometimes you don't know if you are, and it can feel a little bit overwhelming, but I definitely see that you are doing a great job, and I feel the changes that you're making are going to be very beneficial for you and your family long term. Now, as I said, some of this could be a move, or it could be you just deciding to cut out things that are no longer good for you. And I definitely see that you're making space for something greater, because the Death card is to end something, to embrace something new. It's a new beginning. Some of you are in a transition period where you feel like things are a little bit in limbo, or your plans are in motion, they're in some sort of progress, but you may feel like you're not sure how things are going. Well, this is a great month to check in with your progress and see that actually you're on the right track. I see you focusing on your calling. Now, we do have the Justice card here and the Seven of Swords. So I feel like a truth will out. Perhaps you feel like someone is not being completely honest with you, or you feel like someone is keeping a secret from you. Now, secrets, it depends on what they are, okay? Of course, we all know that. For example, there are some positive secrets, especially since we've got the Empress there. There may be a friend in your immediate circumstances, or maybe even you, my beautiful Gemini, may be pregnant and you're not telling anybody at this time. So you may be keeping it to yourself until you feel the right moment is to reveal. So you may hear of a friend who's pregnant and they've known, of course, for like 2 to 3 months, but they may be waiting for the right moment where everything feels like it's going in the right direction before they reveal it. Deep down, you may know that something is off, or you may hope that perhaps they would have confided in you. I feel like they have their reasons. I feel like it's, what do you call it? There's a word for it. This person is superstitious. Thank you so much. I'm truly grateful. They're giving me an energy of this friend being superstitious, and they want to wait for the right moment. So you probably won't hear about it until the end of the month, okay? And even though deep down you know, and you're just waiting for them to reveal, because they're actually giving me the word reveal now, it will be revealed, okay? Now, some of you, of course, I'm going to pull a card on it. Some of you may hear an uncomfortable truth in the month of October. So I'm not going to lie to you, the energy is there, especially since you've got the Strength card here. I feel like you move on from this. You may be a little bit disappointed in hearing this. Okay, I'm not really sure what this is, so I'm just going to pull a card on it. For some of you, if it's a legal situation, it can mean that, well, deep down, I feel like you will get justice, but I also feel it doesn't 100% go the way you hoped for. So I don't like to give that message, but I have to prepare you for the energy. I feel like, the Tower. Yeah, something it may shock you, or something may shake you a little bit in the month of October. The Tower energy is really about reconstruction. Okay, I'm getting a couple of energies for that, so I will come back to that card in a moment. But let me just go one more. We've got the Four of Swords and the Emperor. Okay, so this could be a boss, for example, abusing their situation, or not telling you that perhaps there are some redundancies going on, or they're going to have to let people go. Or, I mean, looking at your energy here, I see that you're in a really good position to be recognized for your skill set. If you've already gone through a redundancy process and you're looking for a new opportunity, I see a big one coming in where you have more status, more money, and more control over a situation where you get to reach your full potential, and you're celebrated for the gifts that you have, and you're valued as a team member as well as someone who can guide a team. Okay, so I definitely see something occurring there for you. But with the Tower energy and the Four of Swords and the Emperor energy, some of you may hear something like an uncomfortable truth or a secret that may surprise you. It could be connected to a masculine energy in your life. Doesn't have to be, but with the Emperor energy and the Four of Swords, I feel like you take some time to regroup your energy, and you really heal from this. And the Emperor energy indicates you come back stronger. You're in a really good position, whatever this is. The Emperor energy also indicates that some of you may learn a lesson, that you're going to be a little bit stricter with yourself. You're not going to be an overgiver all the time. You're going to try and find a little bit more balance in your world. So, for example, you may find that if you've got a friend that you've always been helping out, giving to, and, I'm just getting an energy, and don't shoot the messenger when I say this. This is not going to resonate for everyone, and I hope it doesn't resonate for everyone or anyone, okay? What I'm getting is there may be someone who's taking advantage of your kindness, or in some way taking advantage of your energy. So if you love what you do, for example, your boss may be like, oh, Gemini really loves what they do. Let's give them more work. Let's delegate all the stuff I have to do so that they can do it, and I just get paid and to do nothing. So it could also be a friend or someone who comes to you for your kindness, but you've started to notice that things are out of balance and you're going to make some adjustments there, but it feels like something is dawning on you. And also I get an energy here that some of you may have been dealing with someone who's been trying to micromanage you or your life, but actually I feel that you're going to notice or have a bit of a wake-up call where you realize actually you're in a really powerful position. Sometimes, especially in the working environment, if you find that someone is micromanaging you or trying to push your buttons, it means they're threatened by your talents and your skills, and it means that they are afraid that you're going to try and step into their position or try to replace them in some way, because they can see that you have the talents and the drive and the skill set to do their work tenfold, okay, in probably less time as well. So I would just watch out for that. Some of you may even hear of a surprise exit from someone in a working environment, or you may hear that perhaps your friend is going to suddenly decide to relocate or leave a situation. I'm just picking that energy up of suddenly someone like leaving a situation as well. And you may have to make some adjustments, but ultimately you remain in a very strong position, is what I see there. Also, I don't really like giving this message, but it is coming through. I have to say it. Some of you may see some exposés in the government, okay? Now, tell me when there isn't a day when we get an expose from the government, of course, some sort of leak or something like that. There may be something that really floors you, though, in the month of October, something that really is like hard to fathom. Okay, so that's just coming out there. I feel with the Justice card, eventually there will be some sort of justice, but I feel like it's going to be a long process. Okay, that's what I'm picking up there as well. So I'm going to move away from the energy. What I also get before I move on from that is that some of you may be working really hard or really focused on your projects, and you've been burning the candle at both ends, and there is a real potential here for you to get either a seasonal cold or actually feel a little bit unwell because you've been working yourself too much. So your body is like giving you a message, slow down. And if you don't take that message of slow down or make some sort of adjustments, you can have increased burnout. And with the Devil card there, you can feel really stuck. No sort of motivation, no, inspiration, no drive. So just watch out for that, okay? Also, the Justice card, if someone is lying to you or keeping something from you, with the Justice card and the Seven of Swords, the truth will out. Okay, the truth will out. Six of Swords indicates you're going to be moved away from the situation and protected. Six of Swords is to be protected and redirected from a difficult or challenging situation, that your guides have your back. Okay, so just watch out for that too. Now, your outcome energy is so positive. We have the High Priestess, so a lot of you are implementing rituals for either the full moon or the new moon, or even for Halloween, Samhain, and you are connecting to your higher self. Some of you are starting to notice messages from your guides, but also this is a card of feeling like you're in between worlds. And when we feel a little bit in limbo, we go inwards to seek answers. So you're definitely developing your spiritual gifts, and your intuition is heightened at this time as well. You're going through a period of knowledge, personal growth, and, blossoming. And sometimes that can feel a little bit like you're drifting, okay? When you're seeking answers, it just feels like you have no direction. Even though you know where you want to go and you have a goal, it can still feel hard to get up in the morning and move towards that goal. So some of you may have been experiencing that, but I definitely see in the month of October, you bring that spring, that step back into your life where you're excited about things. Also, the Fool card is really connected to the 5th house, which is like, how can I have more fun, spontaneity, and excitement in my world? So I definitely see you're opening yourself up to that. I see that some of you may feel like withdrawing, okay, in order to work on something in secret or in silence. I definitely get an energy here. What is that? They're showing me a camera right now, a camera. So, some of you may decide to, launch a camera business, or you are curious about developing your photographic skills, or maybe you're documenting something that perhaps you feel is a little bit off right now in your circumstances. Maybe some of you are investigating something and you are documenting it photographically. I'm just getting energy of a camera. So, maybe some of you just listening to this reading and just picked up a camera. I'm not really sure. I mean, when I'm talking about the fifth house and a camera comes up, it can mean that you are building happier memories, that you are, trying to live in the moment, but also a camera is like to document that moment. Sometimes, especially with cameras, it can mean that if you're trying to live in the moment, having a camera to document the moment really means you're not living in the moment because you're too busy trying to document that moment. So maybe it's about finding more presence in your current circumstances, more present energy. Okay, so that's coming through there briefly. Now, we also have the Judgment card. So this is about connecting to your true life's calling. You're focusing on your life's purpose, your life's mission, and a lot of you are getting a major wake-up call this month. You're making sure that you're not procrastinating, you're going to be very busy, very productive, and you're going to be so proud of all that you accomplish as well. The Judgment card indicates you are listening to the messages, you're listening to the calling. And anything intuitively that comes towards you, you are paying attention and you are believing in your intuition as well. Because some of you, I'm just getting this energy, some of you may feel deep down you know something, but you have no proof. Okay, I feel in the month of October, you're going to have proof. There's like an I told you so energy coming out. Now that may not resonate with everyone, and I feel like deep down you're hoping you were not right, but I feel like you are right about a situation and you're going to be proven right as well. So that may also extend to that uncomfortable truth energy that's coming out. The Judgment card indicates you're being guided towards a self-evaluation period where you're at a bit of a fork in the road. So you're reaching for something new, but in order to do that, you need to let go of something. And I feel like you're right on track to do that. Okay, now whether that's a food substance, whether that's a situation that's toxic, because with the Devil card here, it indicates some of you are connecting to something toxic at this time. Now, I feel like you're locating something that perhaps is not good for you. And I feel like you're leaving that situation behind. You're becoming unstuck. You're liberating yourself out of that situation. Also, the Judgment card indicates you're trying to find a deeper understanding of the meaning of life or the meaning of your path, where you're headed next. And I really get a sense here that you are opening yourself up to alternative routes. Okay, it's almost like you are seeing the goal where you want to get to, whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, and you're like, is there an alternative way? Is there a more simplified way to get to where you want to go? And the answer is yes. I definitely see that happening. But there are plans that you already have in motion that are going to be very fulfilling, that are going to be very prosperous and rewarding. And I definitely see that all your hard work is paying off. But the Empress card is an energy of inviting you to reconnect with yourself, with your inner world. And some of you may have felt like you've neglected your own needs because you've been so busy, and you're making a promise to yourself that that's not going to happen this month or moving forward. I definitely get a sense that you're going to reconnect to yourself. And also, I feel like you're going to be more creative, more productive, and you're going to enjoy what you're doing. Also, this is a card that's connected to Venus. So this is about you loving your external circumstances as well as your internal world. So some of you may be doing some DIY or decluttering around the home space to make your home a sanctuary or to be surrounded by things that make you feel peace. A lot of you are going to feel called to get out into nature and really connect with nature. And as you can see, the butterfly is there, which represents a positive transformation. And some of you are actually changing your mindset. Okay, so this is about who you are and how you are. You're very attractive, but some of you may have had low self-esteem or doubt about who you are or your path. And I definitely feel that you're reestablishing your power and recognizing that you are a force to be reckoned with, and you're magnetic, that you're attracting a lot of abundance at this time. When you get the Empress card, especially when it's connected to finances, it indicates more prosperity is headed your way. It could be a promotion or an increase in your money. Okay, but you may have to adapt or make some sort of change in order to get there. And it may feel frustrating, but actually it's a much more rewarding path, and it just feels more simplified. So the goal remains the same. You're going to accomplish the goal that you set out to do, but you may find an alternative strategy. And I definitely see it's going to be more rewarding as well. Also, this is a real big month for admitting what is no longer meant for you or anything that you've evolved from or outgrown. And whilst it may feel uncomfortable, I definitely get a sense here that it is, in the long term, better for you as well. Now, we do have the Fool card. This is your starting position. Gemini, you just want to have fun. You want to enjoy the journey. But some of you are also wanting to open yourself up to spontaneity, new experiences, to be bold, to come out of a comfort zone. Some of you are thinking about launching something this October, and I definitely see it's going to be very lucrative for you. You're actually being guided to do this, whatever it is. You may feel called to do this. And financially, there's an Ace of Pentacles, so it's the start of something, start of prosperity. You're going to see physical, tangible, like evidence of more money coming in for you. But it could be the start of a new business or a new idea or a business venture or even a new position, whether it's a promotion or a raise. I definitely get a sense here that there is extra money available to you. With the Fool card, and its crossing card is an Ace of Pentacles, I would say, especially since you've got the Justice card twice in your reading, pay attention to any hard copy mail in the next coming weeks, because there may be something financially related that's in that mail that you do not want to miss, okay? Now, this could be something that's connected to inheritance. And if you have been waiting for some sort of inheritance, first of all, I'm sending you a huge hug out there. I know you'd rather have the person than the inheritance, of course, so I'm sending all of my love. Words, they cannot express how much love I'm sending to you, and sometimes words, they're just not enough. So if I could scooch down the camera and just hold you all, I totally would. But that's not going to resonate with everybody, of course, so I'm just mentioning it because it has come up. Don't be worried if anyone's like, what are you talking about, inheritance? Am I going to have to go through that process? No, it's someone who's already going through that process that I'm talking about. I don't see anything untoward happening here for you in that regard, okay? Now, moving on from that, definitely check emails as well. They're just giving me emails and spam folders as well. They're giving me an energy, actually, of you may have some sort of internet disruption this month. So again, because I've been given this message at the beginning for every sign about, checking, in with your finances, downloading statements and things like that, just to, protect your energy and protect your wealth. That's what's coming through. So I would watch out for that too. But the Fool card, it's like taking a risk or a leap of faith, and you feel that perhaps things have got a little bit stagnant recently and you want to shake things up a little bit. Well, the Fool card really helps you do that. Also, the Fool card is to take action on something. You have a lot of potential. Some of you are embarking on new journeys and you're a little bit worried about how it's going to go, and I definitely see that things are going to be much more peaceful for you. Peace of mind. I feel like you're going to manage your stress levels and bring them right down, and you're just going to shut off from anything that's negative. So I feel like you're also being very cautious about what you absorb, what you read, what you listen to make sure that it's positive, to raise your vibrations. Now, what's crossing you? We have the Ace of Pentacles. So some of you are, keeping your eye on your finances, and you're worried about the state of the world and how everything is increasing. So some of you are protecting your assets, or you're trying to find new ways, new ideas to bring in more money. And I definitely see that they are going to be very lucrative. I see you being in a very secure position to weather any difficulty. I feel like you're being guided in spirit as well. So I feel that you're going to get lots of messages there to help you along your way. Also, some of you may be a bit financially worried at this time. You may be worried about going into debt and stressing about finances. So I'm just going to pull a card on that. It's in your crossing position, which means you are going to find ways to attract more abundance. So I feel the universe has got your back. But some of you have already started to worry about that, and you're currently looking at your options. I see some of you maybe selling things that perhaps you have outgrown. You may sell those online. Some of you may even use your creative gifts, especially since the Empress card. You're so gifted. You're so talented. And I feel like you're going to find a way to get those talents out there, whether it's launching a new business, entrepreneurship, or whether it's, a side hustle there. I definitely see that things are going to pick up for you. Also, I'm getting energy. Some of you may pick up seasonal work at this time as well, or you may be thinking about it, even if you're retired. Some of you, I don't see you like perhaps wanting to re-enter the working environment, but I feel you have a creative skill or talent or something that you may do, like they give me the word invigilator. Oh my gosh, invigilator, what's that? Is it someone who watches over people, who does some sort of test? I'm not really sure. I'm going to have to look that word up. I can't know every word in the dictionary or the thesaurus. I'm trying to rack my brains right now. An invigilator could be someone who intervenes or is a middle, or maybe it's a stopgap energy that's coming through. I'm going to have to look that up. But I just get this energy that you are finding something like a side hustle or something creative that you love doing that actually you can bring in more finances with. We've got the Six of Wands. We've got the Ace of Swords. I mean, we've got the Justice card, we've got the Page of Pentacles, and we've got the Two of Cups. So some of you are actually going to sign a new contract with a company that perhaps you love or always wanted to work for. I definitely see that you are being recognized for your talents and skills. You're being elevated. I feel like you're actually being elevated at this time. There's going to be some really good news financially because I'm actually clarifying, you know, the Ace of Pentacles there. Ace of Swords, new ideas, breakthrough energy, fate and destiny intervening to bring you some good karma. Okay, I feel like you have been really honest. I feel like it's like a boomerang. Good stuff is coming right back towards you. It's a win-win situation. I feel like you will find a solution. And the Page of Pentacles, you know, it does solidify this energy of, you know, a new offering of finances coming on in. Now, this could be something that you decide to study in order to upskill and bring in an increase of your finances, giving you like a valuable qualification that sets you apart from other people, especially with that Six of Wands there. You do stand head and shoulders above competition. And we've got the Two of Cups. Some of you may launch like a business partnership or do something that you love, because the Two of Cups can be you following your heart and you setting a vibration and attracting more good things into your life. The Two of Cups is like the law of attraction. It's an exchange. Okay, and it can indicate that you are doing something that you love for money. And I definitely get an energy here. You're going to have an encounter, a wonderful encounter where you benefit in some way. So I feel financially it is so. And also, if you're launching like your own business, it's going to be very lucrative. It's almost like it starts off like small abundance coming in and suddenly it increases, because they're showing me a rabbit in the water right now. So I'm definitely getting an increase in your finances. That's to multiply finances. Okay, now deep down we've got the Justice card. You're trying to find a level of balance, but you're also making adjustments in your month in order to either put yourself on the right track, or you're almost like taking accountability for your actions and making sure that you know, heal yourself, get closure on situations, but also do all of the things that humans are required to do. Pay the bills, do the work, or, you know, find a path to enjoy yourself and not let life pass you by. At the same time, look after children or bring up children or make a decision whether you want children or not. There's an energy here of you trying to find your way and being in the flow. And with this card, I feel that you in some way may have become stagnant in some area of your life and you're trying to make some adjustments that are vital to your happiness. And the Justice card also indicates there is going to be a lot of paperwork this month, maybe some phone calls, administrative tasks that you'll have to adhere to. And I'm just going to pull a quick card on this because I do feel that there may be something that is pressing or important that you'll have to address this month, and you may find that you come up against a bit of a brick wall or people who are just really unhelpful. You know, sometimes you'll call a call center. The majority of the time, you get a really nice person who knows what they're doing and they're really helpful, but you get that odd one person who's like really being difficult, doesn't know what they're doing, maybe needs more training. Not really sure. I don't want to judge those people. But at the same time, they are just no help and they push you on to somebody else, or they give you the wrong information. So there is a potential where you may have to revisit something because either you've been given the wrong information or you have been pushed from pillar to post. It's going to be frustrating. Okay, I just need to pull a card on that because I am feeling that coming through there. Five of Pentacles, it's going to be a struggle. It feels a little bit difficult. Five of Pentacles can also indicate there's something that you're worried about. Don't let it go. I would go and see about it, or I would go and investigate it further. Okay. The Justice card is to get a balanced opinion on something. So if you are worried about something, I'm going to look at that Page of Pentacles again and Two of Cups. Some of you are literally trying to find balance between work, play, and your love life. So if you feel that your love life is, you know, struggling, or there is a non-existent love life, I feel like you're finding balance to not be so obsessed about work, to create space for love. And if you feel like you've been more connected to your love life and you feel that your career isn't going very well, or your finances are struggling, then I definitely see that you are creating some sort of balance in your life to attract more of what you don't have. Okay, that's what I feel coming in for you there as well. Now, some of you, of course, you may be There may be something that you're worried about. Definitely important to visit a person who's in a position of authority to help you in that area. I mean, the Six of Swords, I definitely feel like you're being guided out of difficulty. I definitely see with the star energy, if any of you have gone through a procedure or you've been a little bit unwell, I see with the star energy, there's healing there for you as well. So don't stress. I mean, it's easier said than done. I know we all worry. It's human nature to have those feelings. But with the Devil card, it's like it can make you feel stuck or increase or amplify whatever it is you're going through, because they're giving me this energy of climax. It can make it worse. So just watch out for that. Peace of mind is the key. But I do feel there may be a new contract coming in for you if you are trying to either move into a new apartment or, purchase a property, or even like set up a new business or entrepreneurship, or even like get a new job somewhere. Or, some of you may even be like changing internet providers or changing some sort of subscription that you have a connection to. Please, please, please pay close attention to the small print or the fine print, because the Seven of Swords being present and the Justice card twice, it indicates that some of you, don't go too quickly or skim read anything, because you may miss something that will be challenging later on if you want to disconnect from that contract. So just watch out for that. Also, I see with the Seven of Swords there could be something that's like a little bit untoward, like you don't want it in the contract. So some of you may look at something and think, okay, contract's fine. Hey, what's that? No, I don't like that. That's no, I don't agree to that. So you may want to have that removed from the contract, or it may be a red flag that maybe it's not for you. Okay, so you may step away from that. So just watch out for that. That is coming through there. Again, the fact that your final card is a Six of Swords, it indicates you're being protected by your guides, and anything that is highlighted to you, you're being given an opportunity to make adjustments or do something about it before it becomes critical. Okay, so very positive energy here. Now we do have the Seven of Cups. You got 2 sevens in your reading as well. So lots of synchronicity indicating change. Now the Seven of Cups can indicate you have to make a decision, or you are looking at your options at this moment in time and you're trying to find your focus. And you may have felt a little bit scattered in your energy recently. I definitely see that this month is important to focus, okay? You're going to be very productive, as I said. And the Seven of Cups is also a card of dreaming. Imagining all the potentials and possibilities, everything that you could visualize for your future, it can become your reality. Everything in this whole world that you ever see, whether it's these cards, whether it is this wonderful crystal ball, whether it is my scrying bowl, it all started with an idea, that vision, and that thought became a thing, because someone took action on it and made it become a reality. And I definitely see that you're doing some major manifesting this month, and those things are becoming a reality. And that's why it's so important, especially since you have many swords in your reading, to have a positive mindset, because sometimes we can catastrophize about the worst case scenario. And whilst that does help us prepare for the worst, or we are conditioned to expect the worst, especially over the last couple of years, everything that's been going on there, sometimes it can bring about what we're thinking about. So just watch out for that. It's healthy to sort of note that there is a potential for something negative to go awry, but not to dwell on it, because that's when we can manifest it. Okay, so just watch out for that there as well. Now I'm just going to pull a card with that Six of Cups for you, because the main energy I'm getting for that is to like blend your imagination and your desires to form something new. So it's like having a plan, but make sure you ground that plan in reality, especially since you've got an Ace of Pentacles there. It's like some of you may have an idea, or you are, dreaming about the potentials or possibilities of something. And the Ace of Pentacles is like the start, taking action, investing in something that is going to grow. So I definitely see some of you are doing that. I mean, it could even be that you've got a lot of love suitors. Perhaps you are very, very, popular, and you're trying to choose which person is right for you. I feel checking in with your heart's desire is really important. Ultimately, the Lover's card is choice. So I feel like you have to make a choice this month, and whatever choice you make, it is the right choice for you. Okay, so don't stress the small stuff. Also with the Lover's card, it at grassroots indicates you are attracting your heart's desire. It's really strongly connected to the law of attraction, and it's an opposing card to the Devil card. Often when you see the Devil card, there are two people who are bonded by negative energy or bonded by something traumatic. For example, you could have a relationship with somebody who you really adore, you're really passionate about, but there's trauma bonding there, and it needs to be processed and healed before you can have a healthy relationship. Doesn't mean that you can't have a healthy relationship with that person, but it does mean that both of you need to take ownership of your actions in order to make it a healthy, relationship, and break chains to the past or break chains to negative experiences. Because whilst they shaped you, they informed you, and they are important on your journey, they no longer control you. So I feel it's important to recognize that you're actually disconnecting from anything that is not healthy for you in order to choose the healthier option. So this could be a love situation for you. It could be a contractual experience for you with a working environment, or it could be, the things that you love. For example, if you love a couple of glasses of wine every night, great. Okay, it's making you feel relaxed, but if you're having a couple of bottles or a couple of crates of wine a night, perhaps that's not so good. I'm not telling you how to run your life. You have free will, and you run it the way you need to in accordance with the experiences that you're having. But ultimately, I feel you are noticing what is good for you and how it makes you feel. And if it doesn't make you feel good, I feel like you're getting rid of it this month, okay? Now, also we have the Queen of Cups. This is a major indication that you are implementing self-care, that you're having more compassion for yourself. There's an energy of self-love and feeling comfortable in your own skin. And again, male or female, not a gender-specific reading. It's about your energy. So some of you are, lending a kind ear to people, supporting people. You tend to be an overgiver, and I feel you're trying to find balance in your life because you're happy to overgive to people that you really care about, where you feel they love you back, they support you. But if you're constantly giving to a pit or a void where nothing is being given back, I feel like you're starting to get frustrated with that, and you will readdress the balance. Now, the Queen of Cups also is a card of developing spiritual gifts. So some of you are definitely implementing some sort of ritual or nurturing or developing your intuition. You are highly intuitive, and again, something that you deep down knew to be true but didn't quite have the facts on it just yet. You will be proven right, and I definitely see that as well. Now, the Queen of Cups, if you're looking for love, this indicates that you are ready to fall in love, that you've done your healing, and this is your moment to shine and attract a suitor. And I feel like you will have more than one, okay? But with the energy that I see here, some of you may meet this person doing something bold and new, something you've never done before, something that is uncharted territory. So whether you are taking up a pottery class, or you're going to join a book club, or you're joining a walkers group, or you're joining a group that celebrates the football team that you're really into, whatever it is, I definitely get an energy here that you are opening yourself up to a potential to attract new love, okay? But ultimately, it's really about checking in with your heart and making sure that you're doing things that make you feel good this month. We've also got the Strength card, and it's in your near future position. You're going to see that you've overcome struggles, overcome obstacles, anything that's been hindering you, and they are giving me, I don't like to give this message either, but some of you may feel a little bit frustrated because there may be some sort of road works, or, they're digging up the road. Maybe it may be on your path to wherever you need to get to, so it may delay travel, or it may be just on your street, on your road, creating noise. They're giving me like lots of noise. So some of you may experience that over the next coming weeks. Okay, but I feel like you will endure it, and it won't last too long. I'm seeing, only a potential for a couple of weeks that it'll be of an inconvenience. Okay, so I'm just going to move on from the energy. I'm going to pull a card on the Strength card because, again, it talks about self-love, okay, and self-respect. But also the Strength card is about how strong you are and valuing that path and recognizing that you were given certain experiences because you were strong enough to take that path. Now, that's a difficult thing to acknowledge. Sometimes I look back on my own life and I think, whoa, I've experienced a lot of really horrific things, and I'm so lucky in other areas as well. So the balance, it does pay off that I am extremely lucky in some areas. You know, I'm so lucky to have the family unit that I have. That's the most important, and my soul tribe. That is the most important, that love, that bond. But I've had some experiences in the past that would curl your toes, and they shaped me into who I am now. You know, they actually broke me wide open to make me more compassionate about people and what people are going through and the experiences and hardships that life can bring. So, you know, to some degree, it helped me kind of connect more to my spiritual gifts as well, because it opened me up. I was running away from my spiritual gifts for such a long time. You know, even back in the day when I was a lot younger, like teenagers, energy, you know, I used to have some alcohol and things like that just to numb things, because I thought, this is weird. These are freaky things. Why am I feeling this energy? It just feels off. Why am I imagining? Because at the time I thought, I'm imagining this voice that doesn't seem to be mine in my head. Why am I getting these conversations and these images? Why do I know things before they happen? What is happening to me? I thought I was crazy. So, you know, I started to run away from things, and I needed to have certain experiences in my life to break me open to the possibility of otherworldliness. So I definitely see that some of you are asking, why have you experienced some of these hardships? Why you're getting these struggles? And I feel sometimes the answer comes from the hardship itself. Okay, I feel sometimes we look back and think, why? And now I can see why, because it's informed who I am right now. But at the time, you can't see it because you're going through it, and it feels really difficult. And I feel some of you, you're going to return to better times. The Three of Wands, I feel like you're on the right path, and the Six of Wands indicates that you will return to a happier time. And I also feel with the Three of Wands that some of you are thinking about traveling, especially to reunite with either family or friends or people you haven't seen for a while, and that will help your energy as well. With the Three of Wands, I feel like there is a passion rising up within you to do something that you've never done before. And the Three of Wands is the planning stages. You're feeling a bit frustrated, you know that things need to change, and you're observing the right moment to make that change. Whether it is to travel, whether it's to relocate, or whether it's to launch a business, I feel like you're observing your energy, and you'll know the time. The Six of Cups at grassroots indicates that the universe is sending you a surprise that you're going to love, okay? But it can also be an energy of nostalgia. So some of you are thinking back to bygones and, you know, bygone eras where, you know, things just seemed a lot better, and it's like, will we ever return to that? And the answer is yes. Okay, the answer definitely is yes there. So breathe and relax, because whatever is meant for you, it will never pass you by. Also, my God said I'm not finished with these cards. If we spend too long in the past and spend too long in focusing on the future, we'll never live in the present. So I feel this month you're being given a really big lesson on living in the present moment, especially since the Queen of Cups and the Strength card is there. It's like self-love almost encourages you or forces you to live in the moment, whether it's just having that bath and relaxing. Suddenly you're faced with silence and your thoughts, and you can see and notice how you're really feeling about things. I mean, if I'm really honest with you and really frank with you, I do most of my crying in the bath. It is most of the time when I feel really vulnerable. You know, you're in that state of vulnerability in the bath, you're relaxing. It's when thoughts start to come in, it's when the pressure starts to be released, and I will just, you know, purge these energies that perhaps I've taken on board. And some of these energies are not mine. So you may notice, especially with the Queen of Cups there, you are an empath, and you may be picking up negative energy from people around you. We've all got that one friend who is a little bit negative from time to time. Or you may feel like if you work in a toxic environment, you're picking up energy that is not yours, but it's weighing heavy on your shoulders. You know, even when I take a ride on the subway, you know, I have to really protect my energy because there's a lot of it flying about. We are all energy. And I feel you're noticing right now how you're feeling and what you're absorbing, and you're paying attention. We do have the Devil card. It's in your advice to yourself in this moment. There's some area of your life where you feel stuck or truly helpless to change your circumstances, but you're going to gain control of that, okay? Some of you, you may have addictions, not all of you, of course, but some of you may be addicted to something or to somebody, and you're trying to break the chains of that. I feel like you're taking ownership of it, and you're totally in command, and I definitely see that you are releasing it and healing yourself, and there's a brighter future to look forward to, especially since you have the star energy right there. It really tells me that there is a brighter future ahead of you. And your future self is really going to thank you for this month in particular, okay? Now, I'm going to pull a card on this Devil card because it can indicate some of you have been obsessing about a decision you have to make, or some of you have been feeling anxious. Your anxiety levels are ramped up, and you may not be even able to pinpoint why your anxiety levels are up. I definitely also get this energy of some of you feeling doubt about your situation, or you're about to launch something new or do something new, and you're feeling unsure, or you're feeling nervous about the next steps. So let me just pull a card on this Devil card for you. The Empress, your final card. Okay, this is a wonderful indication that you're choosing healthier options, that you are brimming with potential. There's nothing to worry about here. Two of Cups, you know, what is in your heart, whatever it is you're yearning for, you will find a way to attract it. And we've got the Five of Pentacles. So some of you are feeling stuck. It could be a financial hardship, but I definitely see that you have creative skills and an incredible mind to find a solution. Also, the law of attraction is working really well for you at this time as well. With the Five of Pentacles, some of you may be feeling unwell and you're just feeling really stuck. Take the time you need to heal, and then when you're back to best and back to your optimum best there, I definitely see then you'll start to attract the things that you're meant to have, but you have to honor your body first before you do that, okay? So don't rush back to work if you've been unwell or had a procedure. Take the time that's necessary. Also, some of you, with the Devil card, some of you are experiencing toxic situations, okay? And it's making you feel low vibe. It may be making you feel nervous, anxious, or making you feel like you're left out in the cold or ignored in some way. There could even be this energy of despair coming through because there's something toxic. And the Two of Cups, I do feel like you have an ally, a friend that you can rely on, that you can like soundboard off. But ultimately, the Empress energy tells me that you're in control, and that, you know, you are rising above it, and that by choosing either a new position, because I definitely see there's an opportunity for you to move into a new position, new status, more money, and everything that you hoped for. I definitely see some sort of contract coming through that you would love to embrace, that will be more rewarding than what you had before. There could also be someone who is trying to push your buttons. I've already talked about that person. You're rising above that energy. I feel like you'll hear of some karma visiting that person, but I feel by then you'll have moved away from it, that you won't care. Okay, that's what I'm picking up there as well. Now, I feel with this energy that actually, because you're so generous, you tend to help people who are in need. Okay, you're someone who is, you know, a beautiful heart, who has a lot of generosity in your heart. I feel like you're being given some major breakthroughs in your life in general because of your good heart. It's almost like the sum of all the good things that you've done are being bestowed in blessings at the end of the month, okay? Because I do feel there's a lot of making adjustments and change going on at the beginning of your month, and making sure that you're, because I feel like you're doing a bit of soul searching, and I feel you're going to gain a lot of clarity this month as well. And I feel you're going to find a lot of solutions to anything that has been difficult. The star energy also indicates you're aligning yourself with a brighter future and a wish. So I definitely see a wish being delivered for you as well. Interesting, in the water, they're showing me what looks like a buffalo or a bison or something. Now, buffaloes and bisons, what they do is they tend to huddle together when there's a storm and protect each other, okay, until the storm passes. So maybe this is an energy of protection during difficult times, or it can indicate that there is more abundance attracted towards you, because buffalo and bison, they tend to represent prosperity, okay? But the star energy, this is your external circumstances. Lots of clarity, lots of information being revealed. And I definitely get an energy here of you being in a new phase of life where you're connected to all that you desire, and you're attracting good things. I feel like you've been tested, and I feel like you're coming out of those tests. I feel like you've been through a real rite of passage recently where things that perhaps you tried to connect to didn't go the way you'd hoped for. And I feel now you're moving into a period where suddenly things start to go the way that you intend. Now, we do have a Seven of Swords here. It's in the resistance position. Now, the Seven of Swords is not a negative card. It's actually a positive card because it means finding a solution to a delicate situation. In the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, I think it came up for you before, maybe in a past reading. They want me to show you. I mean, I'm sure you know what this Seven of Swords looks like, but can you please show me the Seven of Swords? So there is a figure who has 5 swords in his hand, and he's running away in stealth mode, okay? And 2 swords are left behind. And the army is in the background, all the army tents. This figure is trying to take the weaponry away from the army to find a positive diplomatic solution to the situation. They don't want to fight. And I definitely get this energy that you want peace. You don't want to fight, but you are finding a solution to a delicate situation in your life right now, okay, that will bring peace of mind. The Six of Swords is the epitome of peace of mind energy, and that you're protected by your guides. Some of you, it's an indication not to go too quickly because you may miss something. Okay, so don't skim read anything. Also watch your step. You know, there's a potential there for you to go fast and, you know, misstep or anything like that. So I just want you to be aware of that too. Also, there's this energy that if you like breeze through something too quickly or you go too fast, you may miss something and you have to return to it to correct it. So just watch out for that as well. That's coming through. Now, the Seven of Swords in this position, it can indicate that there is someone who's going to apologize. Someone that perhaps either kept a secret from you, or someone who knew you were right in a situation but refused to believe it until they got the facts. And I feel they're going to eat humble pie. I get this energy that someone is coming back to apologize or, you know, extend an olive branch in the month of October. I feel like you'll move away from this. You'll heal that relationship or heal and resolve it within you so that you can move on from it. Whether you want to maintain that friendship or that circumstance or not, that's your call. But I definitely see it gets resolved and you can move on. Like, yeah, it's like you're moving on with your life. Also the Six of Swords, because this is your final card and I am going to pull a card on it. Okay, I get this energy of you, you know, going through a rite of passage, that you've gained a lot of wisdom. I feel like you're going to do a lot of learning this month. But this card can indicate that sometimes we are conditioned to expect troubles ahead. But now you're shifting your awareness and you know that you are, although you're stepping into the unknown, the universe is going to bring you what you need and what you desire. You're transitioning to something greater, okay? Six of Swords tends to mean that you are going to either launch something new or step into a new neighborhood to live, or you're maybe, you know, taking a class to do something new, or even giving a presentation, something, you know, that sets you apart from other people and makes you feel a little bit nervous, but you're being guided and transitioning to something better. I feel like it goes your way. Some of you may even get an appraisal this month and you're a little bit worried about it. Some of you may be thinking about like leaving a position, but you're waiting until you get bonus time and then you're moving on to a new position. I definitely see that, you know, that will work really well for you if you're going to do that. But just to let you know, there is a potential that that bonus is delayed. So the date where you feel like you are probably thinking of leaving, it may have to be shifted to a little bit later on in the year. That's coming out there as well. Now, I mean, you got the Six of Swords here, which is a movement card, and then you've got it clarified by the Chariot. So definitely some positive movements happening in your life at this time. They want me to go one more, so I will. Queen of Pentacles. And they just asked me to look at the rabbit. So multiplying finances, there is a rabbit right there in the bottom. It's like blending in with the scene there, but it indicates multiplying wealth. And the Chariot card can indicate some of you are moving home, because the Queen of Pentacles is the home space, domesticity. Some of you may be making some changes that will affect your family in some way, but I feel like, you're doing the right thing. And with the Chariot card, it indicates you're going to be successful. You're overcoming obstacles. You're moving towards victory. You have more energy, more drive, more passion, more lust for life this month as well. And you're heading in the right direction. However, the Chariot card indicates there is a decision to be made, whether you take a left or a right in your life. Check in with yourself. You will know the path to take, and you're making the right decision for you. Also, with the Queen of Pentacles, this is an energy of sticking to your plans, whatever they may be, that you're in the flow of making those plans become a reality, and you're going to feel committed to those plans and rewarded for those plans as well. I feel like you're going to find people and opportunities to help you in your endeavors, and I really get an energy of you being very resourceful with the finances that you have. You are the architect of your dreams, and I feel however you're envisaging your life, now things are starting to come together for you. Financially, I definitely see you're keeping a tight rein on your finances, especially in the home space, so you may find products that you use regularly. You may find them at a cheaper price elsewhere, which is really positive, of course. It's the same product. I don't feel like you are not having what you want, but at the same time, I feel like you may be shopping elsewhere to get it in order to get a better deal there. Also, the Queen of Pentacles, some of you may decide to relocate your business, bring it home. Maybe you're going to work from home in some way, or you're trying to launch a business, get a business up off the ground from your home space. It's going to be very, very lucrative. Ultimately, I definitely see abundance, prosperity, and your hard work paying off, whatever it is that you're focusing on. Okay, I definitely see it coming to fruition. Make sure you pay close attention to self-love routines or self-care routines, okay, because that is starred this month for you in particular. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Gemini? What do they need to know? Okay, there's one. They want me to give you another one, so I will. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Gemini? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of? Okay, so we have Eagle, Mastery. You are on a spiritual journey above the sky. Okay, so as I said, this is a very soul-searching month for you. It says beyond the sky even. Let go of the past and soar. You are guided by the winds of spirit. Your wisdom inspires the world. So some of you may launch something online that will be readily available to the world. Okay, because obviously the internet, you can access far-reaching energy, different countries, so perhaps that's what you're doing. Or some of you are thinking about relocating. Ultimately, the eagle is soaring high above the mountain, and mountain represents isolation and obstacles or difficulties, and you're getting a bird's eye view of your life in order to strategize and move past any of those difficulties. And we've got Moose Wisdom. Now, it says here, let your head and mind reach to the stars. That's the second card about being, elevated. And we've got the star energy there for you as well. It says, yet keep your feet grounded on the earth. So I did mention that, any plans, especially with the Seven of Cups, they need to be grounded in a reality. It says, listen to the ancient wisdom in your soul. The ancestors speak through you. You know much. And again, I mentioned there that your guides are actually making sure that you are redirected towards something better and that they walk with you there. So I definitely see this as a very positive time. Now, they did give me an image of, was it bison or buffalo there? So maybe you're going to see signs of that in the next 6 weeks that indicate something that has been difficult turns out to be brilliant. I feel like it goes your way. So look out for that as a sign. Also a camera. I'm just going to go and get a rune or a trinket before we close. Okay, we have the word yes. Okay, so very positive, embracing word that indicates a lot of good things coming towards you. So if you have any questions on your mind, the answer may be yes. There's an energy here of you. What I'm getting from that is like, yes, like something worked out for you. It went really well. And we have the elk rune. Isn't that interesting? Elk rune. And this represents friendship, optimism, and it also indicates, being very fortunate, a lucky break. Also is a connection, soul searching, but also soul connections. And they're giving me this energy of sealing a deal. Something that you're aspiring to get, you're going to seal the deal. Okay, so I'll leave that there as well. And we have the witch on her broomstick. So some of you may literally be relocating, but I mean, this could be around Halloween time or, Samhain time. Some of you are developing your spiritual gifts and implementing new rituals to connect to your intuition, to your inner knowingness. A lot of you, especially with the Queen of Cups there, you have psychic abilities. I always say everybody's got the potential to tap into their psychic awareness. Some of us call it hunches, some of us come and call it intuition, but ultimately we all have it. And we've built a very loud world where there is traffic, there is, airplanes, there are, lots of noise going around. And it's really important to create space for silence in order to tap into your inner awareness. And I feel a lot of you are doing that this month, whether you're connecting to nature or whether you're just finding time for silence. I definitely see that you're on track to connect to your higher self, and you're going to be rewarded with lots of messages and downloads and revelations about your path and the next steps that you're headed towards. But I definitely see it's a positive month for you, and anything that you've been having difficulty with, I feel like you're overcoming it and finding solutions to it as well. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in that reading for you. If it does, please like and subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. And before we go, they're giving me an image of a book that has like a very ornate cover to it. It looks, oh wow. I mean, it's not like a book of spells. It's not that at all. It looks like a very ornate, like diary. I mean, inside it looks blank. So it could be to write down your thoughts. So some of you may be using it as like a recipe, or you're thinking about looking into different herbs and how they can help like heal. So that's coming out there. But this book, there's something about this book. It could be gifted to you in the month of October, or perhaps it's something you come across and you purchase it, it catches your eye, or maybe it's something you've already ordered. I really need to describe this book because they're not letting me leave it there. It's like a very hard copy book. It almost seems bound at one side, but the front cover is hard copy, and it looks like a very ornate, I mean, it could be a tree that's on it, or it almost looks like it's metal. Yeah, I'm not really sure. But inside there's blank pages. I mean, book represents wisdom, knowledge, seeking answers, but it can also represent, your past, looking at your past and changing your destiny. So I'm just going to leave it like that, but you may be gifted a book, or you may see a very ornate book that calls to you and it helps you either journal, or perhaps you're writing a book. Maybe it's that. Maybe you're launching a memoir, or you're creating a course to help people learn something, and you're going to be a mentor and it helps bring in more finances. I'm going to leave it like that because that's all they're giving me. So I hope something resonates. If it does, please like and subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Gemini, and love and light.